Man, this is crazy. First, new video here on this new phone, and the quality is so much better. It's amazing. I hope it comes that way through to you guys as well. Now all my videos could be actually solid quality. I was filming on an old phone and a really washed phone, or onto a new phone, and today it's time to start it off with the second video of my logo ranking series. We're doing the MLB today, the logos that I am indeed the most familiar with out of the three sports we did. NFL, today's MLB, and then we'll have an NBA one too, and I'm not sure if it'll be next video or if we'll take a break for a video or two. But today is going to be a really fun video. We're just going to be ranking the logos. To make it clear, like, for some teams it's unclear the logo I was going to pick, so to keep it all consistent, we're going to rank them just as the logos themselves, but if, like, we're going to use the logo that appears on the team's hats, okay? So not, like, all, like, circle logos, just, like, your logo. And I tried, there's different colors, not necessarily going to put them all in, like, white, the hat color. No, I'm just going to put it in the color that I think will give your team the best ranking, because there were some different colors I could have gone for some different teams. Anyway, let's get started. There's not a ton of doubt that the worst logo in all of baseball at number 30 is the Cleveland Indians and their red block letter C. They had to go to this for 2019. And apparently moving forward, that's just going to be what they do for at least a bit here, as Chief Wahoo is banned. And this is just what you see. I mean, I think the red and navy goes a bit better on the hat. Maybe their hat has some potential to not be last, but the logo itself, ew. All right, number 29 is going to be the Kansas City Royals and their KC. Just very weak. It's really thin. The font is really thin. Not a ton to say. Besides, this logo is quite trashy. Number 28, it's going to be the Houston. Number 28 is going to be the Number 28 is going to be no other than the Houston Asterix and their light orange letter H with the light orange just asterisk around it. A stunning turn of events. Number 27 is the Minnesota Twins. This one, I actually like Twins hats. It's one of the hats that I'm considering purchasing next. But you know what? The Twins logo by itself is quite abysmal, actually. Number 26 on this list is going to be the Colorado Rockies. Now, I thought this one might have been a bit lower, but you know what? Despite the bad way they use it, purple and black is just too good of a colors, and gray, just too good of colors. It's even when they trashly use it, it's still, like, really bad. I'll show you guys something. So I'm making hat rankings later, but see, it's on a hat, you know? It's, even if you block out the purple, because what this is based on is, like, my ranking of, just basically just a plain background. We're just ranking these off of, so, like, a pretty dark background, but this Rockies hat, the Rockies logo is just, it's just not very good at all, what they do with their stuff. But you know what? You have good color, so it keeps you out of the very bottom. Okay, I lied. We're not using the hat logo for every single team. I think maybe like 28 teams. So if the hat logo we never really see, like the Reds and the Cubs, the simple logos that they use on their hat, that's not really the logos we think of when we think of those teams. So I'm not sure if there's any other ones like that, but we got to stick with, because a hat video is going to be completely different. But other than that, I think it's just proper to use the hat logos. But for the Reds and Cubs, we'll just go with not their, like, just C's. So why would I mention that at such a random point in the video, right? Well, no, it's because the Reds are number 25 on this list. Cincinnati comes in with their logo. It's better than just the C, like the Bears thing. It has the white inside with the Reds text across, which, you know what? As a logo itself, it's not horrible, but it is still bottom 6 material. All right, number 24, a bit lower than I thought, but a lot of their stuff tends to come right around here. It's the Diamondbacks and their logo outlined in tan with, you know, their red snake. I just thought it might have come above this next tier we're about to hit, but you know what? I just like it. It's just not as sharp, maybe just not as, like, just not such a big brand like the few that are about to come up that are also quite lousy. So Diamondbacks do not make it extremely high on this list. All right, number 23 is Seattle Mariners. Now the Mariners logo, let's hear me out. It would be better if they didn't use gray as the main color, okay? You could have used navy, or you could have put the teal. You could have outlined it in gray, actually, and put the teal in the inside. How about that? That would be sweet. But no, they filled it up with gray. Now, I'm not a big fan of the little thing in there, but that is what makes it, you know, the little thing in the middle. But I know it symbolizes something, and it's not just some random thing as I'm referring to it as. But I don't think it looks great, and that's what we're going by. We're going by look. And I do like the S. I don't necessarily... Oh, but that's a baseball in that little weather meter in there. So the Mariners logo is below average, but it's not horrible. All right, 22. This is not the logo on their hat, but it's the Chicago Cubs and, you know, their main logo. We weren't just going to use the red letter C that they put on the blue hat. It makes sense that they put it on that hat. You don't want to have Cubs in such a small little font on hat. But, if I used it as a logo, it would just be red. But no, this is the Cubs logo, okay? And, you know, it's definitely subpar. I don't usually like when it says the team name in it, as it says Cubs in there, but you know, the color's solid, the circular part of it, I just don't like that. All right, we're at number 21, and anywhere from 16 to 21 is rather close. So number 21 is actually the Detroit Tigers. Almost copped to top 20 spot, but you know, it doesn't. I've always kind of disliked this. I've always really hated on the Tigers jerseys, but you know what? This logo, the Classic D, it's something that is not quite horrible. Like, it's number 21. Could have been a little bit higher, though. Number 20 is the Texas Rangers, and their letter T. So now the Rangers here, this logo, I've always liked Rangers stuff, and I like their colors. I really do. The only issue is that, I don't know, the logo, it's a bit shaky. All right, number 19, we're going with the gold of the San Diego Padres. Because, again, we're not going with really dark colors unless it has an outline. And the gold was the best I could find for the Padres. And you know what? I really like it. In fact, I thought it was going to go, like, ahead of the team that I have 12th at first. I did, but it just falls towards the bottom of this little tier. It actually was going to be above this tier, but it's not. This Padres logo, I love the colors. I truly do. And the SD, it's not bad. It's just not that sharp. Number 18, this team is way higher than I thought it would originally be. Like, a bit higher. I don't mean a ton higher. I mean, I thought I would have it around, like, the 22, 23, that type of area. But it's the Phillies at 18, okay? The Phillies come in, you know, obviously with their P. When it's in red, outlined with white, which it is here, as its logo itself, it's classic. Well, I don't know. It's just a brand. It's not that classic because they have that classic logo, but it's a brand. It's a brand, and it's Philadelphia. You know, that Philly type of environment. The Phillies, they do it pretty well with this logo, despite it not being in the top half or super sharp. All right, 17, a bit better than the Phillies. It's the Miami Marlins and their new logo. Now, the Marlins contrast is horrible, especially when you're talking about their jerseys, but with, their hat. But if you're talking about a logo, I think it's quite solid, even though it's bottom half. Like, they're logos, okay? Obviously, most of them are going to be pretty good. And that's what makes sports great, is because we have a lot different, but a lot of different good type of brands. And the Marlins' new stuff, I have mixed feelings, but their logo as itself is probably as good as they're going to do. And this could have slid into the top half. Maybe if we see them winning it a bit more, that'll change the type of thought about it. But I try and be, like, fair, even though they're horrible as a team. And you just think of these with losing. But you know what? The Marlins, this logo, it's pretty good. You have that fish on it coming on the M, the good color scheme, despite having bad contrast on their other stuff. The hat, it's good. The logo, It's good. Alright, you know what? This one I really like. It's 16 Tampa Bay Rays and their TB. There's not a ton to say. You know what? There's no wonder why the NFL videos seem to be more exciting, okay? It's because there's a lot more to talk about in the NFL logos. I'm more familiar with the MLB logos, but the NFL logos had different shapes and everything, animals. But these, the majority of them, are just letters. So yeah, the NFL video was a better video. So if you did not check that out, go check it out. No matter if you stay for the rest of this one or not, I love if you do, but if not, go enjoy the heck out of my NFL one, if you haven't already, but I kind of assume you did. But we're talking about Tampa Bay and their good, solid logo. I just really like how they do the TB. It looks amazing on the hat. As a logo itself, it looks basically the same. Number 15, the LA Angels in the top half. Now, the Angels are another team of bad contrast just because of all the red they stick together. But, you know, as a logo, this thing is rock solid and sharp, you know? You have that little swirl around the A, obviously, the halo. And the font is pretty good. You have it's one of the weirder shapes because it's all, like, very a vertical heavy logo rather than horizontal. But, yeah, you'll see that in baseball. There's not... I'd say, like, the Reds are the only, like, real horizontal heavy logo. This one is very vertical. Oh, the Blue Jays are very horizontal too. But anyway, the Angels logo, solid as a dog. Number 14, the Atlanta Braves. Their main logo is going with the mostly white, but with getting both navy and red in it. It's a great color scheme. The A is pretty cool, but it's just not quite the level of just an incredible top 12, I guess, that we're encountering. Number 13, the best one in the AL Central. The AL Central, you reek at everything. I know they have the good Twins in there. The Indians still pretty good. Like, oh my, like 2018, this division was so bad. And they're still just, overall, just the weakest division in baseball. My God. And they come in with the worst first place logo. It's the White Sox. And you know what? It's cool. We've seen Kevin Durant wear their hat. But, you know, it's basically, you know, just... pretty cool. When you go with the logo itself, you go with the mostly black outlined in white. And I like it. I like how they do it. It's unique. It's vertical. It's good. Higher than originally thought. I thought it would be like 10 lower, but it's the Dodgers at number 12 on this list, coming second in the NL West with their LA. They're very classical LA. I do think it's better to go, you know, the all white rather than all blue, you know, outlined in blue, sure, but, you know, as this logo, because I don't like the Dodgers very much, but I think of rock solidness when I think of this logo. That's why it gets a thumbs up for me. It's the beginning of a great top 12. Slightly better than the Dodgers, number 11, St. Louis. So we're going with the red outlined with the white. St. Louis have amazing hats. As a logo itself, it just misses out on the top 10. It's honestly not that, like, it's a big brand, but it's small market, and it's really not something that is like the Yankees or Dodgers or Giants, where you just see, like, Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers are really the logos that give, like, that big brand type of thing. The Cardinals, not like that, really, but it's a very solid logo. Number 10, making the postseason as the second wild card of logos, it's the Milwaukee Brewers' new main logo with the navy and the gold with the glove logo now rather than that M, and it's way better than the M, although I kind of miss the M, to be completely honest, because they would still utilize the glove sometimes. It's probably like not many people miss the M, I just miss the weird M. But the Brewers, this one's, it's better, okay? This one's better. I just kind of miss the M. But this one is better. It's good and solid, great colors, good colors at least. And I just like what they do inside the ball, getting some of the weakness on it. Number 9, the second AL wild card. It's the Boston Red Sox. And we're going with the letter B because that's, you know, what goes on their hat. And I honestly think it's a bit better than the sock thing. But the Red Sox and their B is just good. Number 8, clobbering the first wild card in the American League. It's the Toronto Blue Jays, and they're good Blue Jay guy. This is just really good. I almost got a Blue Jay shirt just a few weeks ago, about a month ago. I knew I would regret not getting one, and I do regret not getting one. I got an A's one instead, shirt with logo on it, kind of. But if I had a Blue Jays one, that would have been really cool because it's so unique. But the A's one is pretty cool too. But you know what? I'm definitely going to be in the market for something Jays soon. And it all starts with a good solid logo. Playoff caliber logo. Wow. So we have the same NL wild card in 2019 as we do for the logos in 2020. It's the Washington Nationals as the first wild card. Number 7. Because their curly W is actually good, especially when you get a thick one. I found a pretty thick one here with white being the main color of it, looking really sharp. I was like, wow, this thing is really good, and not quite in the top tier, probably like third tier, second tier, let's say second tier, but it's a very good logo, and I have liked it for many years, and I'm finally happy it got some success, although they didn't even wear the curly W jerseys much during the World Series, which was sad, but hey, good logo, and hey, they still utilize it. Number 6 is going to be my favorite team, the New York Yankees logo. Now, I thought this might have been like 4, 3, 5, but it's 6. It's very good. Because it's so sharp. Oh my goodness. It's a bit not boring. It's really good. It's 6. There's not much wrong with it. It's just maybe not quite as like, oh my goodness, as the other ones. But this one is the king of sharpness. Number 5, Oakland Athletics. We're going with this one that looks incredible. It's the white outlined in I think gold. I don't know. But it utilizes all 3 of their colors, I think. The one that I'm putting on the screen. I have a paper, but not all of them are the exact same. So like this is way better than the Ace thing you'll see on there. But we use papers on YouTube when we have great screens with stuff. But you know what? This Ace thing, how sharp it is. It's just incredibly sharp. But it's not really sharp. That's not really what it's about. It's about its awesomeness and coolness and pretty fun. The Yankees one is about sharpness. Number 4 means it's time for some truly incredible logos. Top 4 here, top tier. It's the San Francisco Giants. When I see they're all orange, I don't jump. But you know what? When I saw this, I actually found it like last May or something, and I was like, it's so amazing. Now, I had this insane debate over the top 3 yesterday. I went crazy between the top 3, and the Giants were one of those teams, so it very reasonably could have been at least like 2, but it's actually 4, and because I decided to shove one in that's different than these Giants one, and then the top 2 are going to be similar. So what's 3? A bit different than the top 2. Number 3 is Baltimore, the best one in the AL. The Orioles logo is honestly a very cool logo. You got that. I've always liked everything about the Orioles. Their jerseys, their logos, especially their hats. Oh my goodness. The Orioles stuff, I wish they just didn't stink so much. That's all I have to say, because they look amazing. I just love Birdland. 2 teams left. 2 of them. Number 2, New York Mets. And oh my, like, you got the blue with the orange outline. Again, another team where if I just went with their all orange, just like the Giants, it would be solid but not great. But when you got, their outline version, my goodness, this Mets logo, just, the curls coming out of the Y, curls on the N, when those things are outlined, incredibly sharp. And man, I just think it's better than the Giants because of the curly stuff. Both are very good. Orange and blue, orange and black. Possibly my 2 favorite color schemes. I just think of like me when I think of those 2 color schemes. Amazing logo for the Mets. But you guys, do you know what's number 1? Number 1. It's the team that I actually have the same colors of for my channel this year. You guys probably know what it is at this point, especially after hearing that. It's number one, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and their gold P, like a good color gold, okay? We're going with a good color gold this time, outlined in both black right by the P, but then you still got the white outline. It's just an amazing logo, especially when it's, looking like this. And the weird part is, I put the Saints logo at number 24, but I actually got my colors from the Saints, not the Pirates. But I like the Pirates shade of gold and their logo way more than the Saints. And I like MLB more than NFL. So it's just very peculiar that I got my logo from the Saints, one that I don't really like as much, instead of the Pirates and their amazing color scheme. Everything is just clicking. It's just, I originally thought it was going to be number one, then it got into a tug of war with the Giants and Mets logos. But in the end, it won out. Please subscribe. You know what? It's a good time on my channel. It has been for quite a while. Today was a bit of a down video. Not quite my best. I don't know why. I don't know. Today's a great day. It's like Saturday at noon. It actually is. And I've already, done a lot of things today. So I thought it would be a better video than it was. But you know what? It's not my mood. It's not. It's just maybe limited of what to talk about with this. Because MLB logos coming at us with all these, I like them, but just a bunch of different, letters. And I feel it would be a lot better if they had better stuff. Overall, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday.